Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So I think we can all agree when it comes to the dying big man in the NBA, Andre Drummond is literally the poster boy for that. A guy that maybe, 10 or 15 years ago, somebody averaging 18 points and 15 rebounds per game, that's looked upon as one of the best players in the NBA. In today's day and age, the way that Drummond plays just does not really correlate to team success. So, yes, it was just announced by Shams that Andre Drummond is not going to be playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers anymore until the trade deadline, in hopes that they can shop him away. Now, by the time you watch this video, the Cavaliers might have already done a trade. I don't know, right now they're in deep talks with the Toronto Raptors. But regardless, man, as somebody that watched Andre Drummond play for many, many years on the Detroit Pistons, I want to give you guys my thoughts about what teams should trade for him, what that trade package exactly looks like, and if Drummond can really help a team win a championship in 2021, man. So before we get going on today's video, if you guys don't mind dropping that like, it would be greatly appreciated. 1,000 likes is always the goal. And of course, man, if you are new to the channel, if you watch these videos, you're not subscribed yet, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, guys. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below who should trade for Drummond and what does that trade look like exactly, man. So we got to keep in mind that last year on the Detroit Pistons, Drummond was traded to the Cavaliers for John Henson, Brandon Knight, in a 2023 second-round draft pick. So that kind of gives you the idea of what his trade value is like now. Not to mention now, too, man, he's on an expiring contract, which might actually be better because I know a lot of teams last year did not really want to take on Drummond because they didn't want to accept that player option going into the offseason. You want that flexibility in the cap and stuff like that. So I honestly think that maybe now with him being on an expiring deal, he might have a little bit more trade value, but probably not a ton. So yeah, his numbers last season are actually pretty similar to this year, man. Last year he had 19 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Now you look at him this season, they're roughly around the same. He's playing like 5 less minutes, so the scoring's down, rebounding's down a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same thing out there, man. So yeah, this Cavaliers team had some really good success to start the season, man. Like, they were absolutely like guns a-blazing and stuff. They are 1-9 in their last 10 games at the making of this video, so you can see where it's like, okay, it's time to move on from Drummond, get something back for him. We don't really care what. Maybe we get that second-round draft pick back. And, yeah, start the whole thing with Colin Sexton, Jarrett Allen as being the future starting center of this team. And, of course, like Darius Garland, right, man? So you might actually even see Kevin Love get shipped at some point. I'm not really sure. So, yeah, let's go ahead and see, like, which teams makes the most sense. So, obviously, we got the 76ers. They don't make much sense. So they already got Joel Embiid. Milwaukee Bucks. Man, that's the thing about Drummond, man. It's like what makes Brook Lopez so great and so worth his $12 million contract this season is that, like, he literally was a traditional big man. He played on the inside, and this guy was literally able to develop his game, become a great three-point shooter, relatively speaking, I should say, block shots and do things like that. Like, Drummond's tried to end that three, but it adds, or sometimes it ends in really, really just, like, embarrassing attempts and stuff, to the point where he doesn't really shoot them all that much just because, like, he's just not that type of shooter, man. We got the Chicago Bulls. Don't really see anything there. Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously not. Boston Celtics, this is always a team that gets brought up when it comes to these centers just because, obviously, they have Daniel Tice that plays the power forward center position. They got Robert Williams out there. And, of course, they got, like, Tristan Thompson, who's, like, been okay this season, but nothing too special. So I don't really know how Drummond helps this team. I just feel like he slows up the offense too much to the point where I don't know if it would quite work in a Boston Celtics system. But, you got off really cheap. Maybe you take a chance at it. Sure, why not? LA Clippers, a little interesting here. I guess this is the team that maybe I could potentially see it going down with. Memphis Grizzlies, not really seeing that. Atlanta Hawks, they already got Clint Capella, who is a cheaper version of Andre Drummond, contract-wise. We got the Miami Heat, they already got Bam. Charlotte Hornets are always an interesting team when it comes to centers just because, Cody Zeller's fine. Like, Cody Zeller does a good job, but in the end of the day, he is just Cody Zeller, man. And I guess maybe, like, Drummond is just Andre Drummond, but, like, with Drummond, you can get that double-double on a daily night and stuff. So, with, him working out there like LaMelo Ball could be a little interesting, pick and roll and stuff like that, man. So I can kind of see the Charlotte Hornets being a really good fit. Maybe just like a quick, like, hey, let's do a playoff push. See what we can do here with Dre. Utah Jazz, no. Sacramento Kings, not really seeing it. New York Knicks, no. Los Angeles Lakers, obviously a team that always gets brought up too when a guy might get, like, bought out or something like that. I don't really think they need Andre Drummond, to be 100% honest. Orlando Magic, no. Dallas Mavericks, kind of interesting if you get them for pretty cheap. Then, Chris Stops at the 4 with Andre Drummond at the 5 spot could be definitely fun to watch. Brooklyn Nets, this is a team that definitely needs some more interior threats. DeAndre Jordan just looks completely washed up and lost on defense. Not that Drummond's the best defender, but he does okay at times. He's actually gotten a little bit better this season. And they could probably get him for pretty damn cheap, but, you know, it's all about making the money work too, contractually speaking. Nuggets, no. Pacers, no. Pelicans, I really want them to get like a Miles Turner. They don't need Andre Drummond. It's like at that point, just keep Steven Adams. Detroit Pistons, I don't really want you back, man. It's all good. You know what? I've accepted it. Toronto Raptors. Okay, so this is a team that's heavily talked about. So the Raptors getting Andre Drummond. Do I think it makes sense? I mean, you could see how much they missed like Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka this season. But with that being said, the way Drummond plays is nowhere near to like how Serge Ibaka played for this team last year. So I mean, maybe in the short term, it's like a desperation move where they're just like, okay, let's try this out. Who knows, man? Like, Chris Boucher has actually been nice. Chris Boucher should be in the running for most improved player. But Boucher is only going to get you so far. You know, as their center, they need something else on this team here, too. And you got guys like Aaron Baines have not really been all that special. Like I said, man, they could probably get him for pretty damn cheap. So I can see where the Raptors are in a place where they're like, okay, like, we're a good team again this season. Are we going to win the ring? I don't know if Drummond exactly does that for them, but I guess they're probably better with him. So I guess I could see the Raptors maybe being interesting. Houston Rockets, not seeing that. You know, Christian Wood, once Drummond was traded, is when he got really good. San Antonio Spurs could be a little interesting, man. Could be a little interesting. I can kind of see something here going on with that. Phoenix Suns, they already got Ayton. OKC Thunder. I mean, I don't really know how much this team would really want Drummond. I mean, he would be better than Al Horford, I think. You know, younger too, obviously. Him and Shea could be interesting, but I don't really know how much it moves the needle. And I don't think it's worth it for the Thunder to give up assets to get Andre Drummond. So, yeah, I don't really see that making much sense. Timberwolves, no. Portland Trailblazers, Nurkic's been having injury issues. I could kind of maybe see something like that happen. And I don't really see that as like a bad fit. Golden State Warriors, they already got James Wiseman, but he's a rookie and stuff. So if they wanted Drummond for like one season just to like make a run at the postseason or something, I guess that'd be interesting. And then the Wizards actually would make a little bit of sense too with Bradley Beal, Russell Westbrook, and Andre Drummond. I can see that kind of working out. I don't know if it would exactly lead to W's, but it would give this team a little bit more talent at that center position. But the team we are going to be doing a trade with is going to be the Toronto Raptors, because that's the one that's really brought up. And like I said, by the time we're watching this video, a trade might have already happened. So this is my take on who exactly they should trade for in this case, man. So we're going to obviously give up Andre Drummond, 85 overall, 1 year, $29 million contract. We'll probably never get that type of contract ever again. I see him signing like a 4-year, $60 million deal after this season. That's $15 million a season. I think he's worth that. I think if you get him for that, that's definitely not bad. But let's go to the Raptors. So, gotta keep in mind, man. Okay, so Raptor fans, or Cavalier fans, I should say, don't get too greedy, okay? Literally, you guys gave up Brandon Knight, John Henson, neither one of those guys in the NBA anymore, and a 2023 second-round draft pick for Drummond. So don't go out there thinking, you know, you're going to be getting somebody like a Chris Boucher and Norman Powell. That's simply not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Like, if it does, y'all can roast me in the comment section below, man. But I think as far as a trade goes, you're probably looking at, because like this is where it gets a little bit tough, is to do the contract matching. That's where it's like, okay, well, maybe they would have to give a little bit. And honestly, now that I'm looking at it, man, I don't know if there's actually a trade here to get it done. You could do Aaron Baines. Aaron Baines would be $7 million on the books. You might actually have to give up Norman Powell if you really think he's that worth it. Stanley Johnson, that does a little bit of things there too. Wow, I didn't really think about this, man. They don't really have a trade offer to get this done. Patrick McCaw, I suppose. And maybe that's enough. We also take on a very minimum contract. Is there anything? I guess we'll go with Dean Wade. Yeah, that's still not nearly enough money, guys. It looks like the Raptors, they couldn't do it. But this is the team they're in talks with, so let's just assume the Raptors really want to get Andre Drummond. At that point, you're giving up Norman Powell. And me personally, I'm not doing that. I'm doing it for the sake of the video, because like I said, if the Raptors are interested, that means they are fully aware of their, you know, salary cap space situation. And that means if they're willing to do a trade, they're probably willing to give up Norman Powell, because there's nobody else. I'm not doing Boucher. Kyle Lowry's not happening. OG's not happening. It would have to be him. And I guess we can remove like Patrick McCaw. Hopefully that's still enough money. The Raptors would acquire $3.18 million. Okay, so we also have to give, I guess we could take off Stanley Johnson, I suppose. Bro, my math is all okay. The Raptors take on 7.9 for it. That means the Raptors have to give up $8 million worth more. Okay, man, okay. I got this, man. Math is fun. Math is fun, guys. Okay, so I guess once again we do toss in these other players. Stanley Johnson, I did that. Okay. So the Cavaliers have too many players or whatever, so we got to do some more minimum guys. Damian Dotson. It's still not working out financially here, man. It's just not working out financially. Okay, let me take him off. Oh, this is always so much fun in the videos. It's always so much fun here, man. Okay, what about we move him? How much was Damian Dotson? He was, yeah, $2 million, so that's not making it happen. For this trade, the Raptors, okay, I almost need to, yeah, DeAndre Bembry's not going to help it. How about a damn turn off financial rules and just do a damn trade here, guys? I'm trying to do this damn math all day here, bro. Ain't nobody got time for math. You know what, man? Give me 1 second. Okay, so obviously financially something else would need to happen right here for this to get done. Being off of about $182,000, which seems like nothing when it comes to NBA standards, man. But the fact that, you know, like I said, if the Raptors want this to happen, if they're giving up Norman Powell, I want a damn second round pick back at least. I at least want the second round pick back that, you know, we traded to the Detroit Pistons, right, man? I think that makes sense right here. Because Drummond for Norman Powell straight up just is not worth it to me, man. And then these other guys are just like fillers and stuff like that. So yeah, we have this right here. Dylan Windler, he's been having like some injury issues. I don't know if the Cavaliers would exactly give up on him or anything like that. But that's once again just something I tossed in just for salary reasons. It could totally be somebody else. But this is the trade we are going to do here, man. And they accept the trade offer. So yeah, let's go to the team selection real quick here. And just kind of like select, well, obviously the Raptors, so we can, you know, get their lineup going and see how that team does and everything like that, man. So here we go, Toronto Raptors, and we also got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Make the changes. Okay. So we're looking at a lineup of Darius, Colin, Okoro, Kevin Love, Jared Allen, assuming that Kevin Love doesn't get traded. Norman Powell, I think, would probably start over, put him to a small forward, where he would probably start over Okoro for right now. I think ideal, how tall is Okoro? He is, damn, he goes way down this list real quick, man. He's 6'5", so yeah, you're definitely not looking at putting him at, like, the power forward position or nothing like that. But it would be a little interesting, though, man. But yeah, we'll have Okoro out there. In the future, I'd probably see it being Okoro, but for right now, Norman Powell is, I would say, the better player, right, man? So yeah, that's for the starting five for the Cavaliers. Not really a playoff team, if you ask me. Maybe a small little run, and maybe there's a chance of the 8th seed, but yeah, not exactly counting on it. And then for the Toronto Raptors, Lowry, Fred, OG, Siakam, and Andre Drummond with Boucher, Terrence Davis, Matt Thomas, DeAndre Bembry off the bench. I'm still going to say straight up, I don't think it's worth giving up that much depth to get Andre Drummond on this team. I feel like there's other, like, small-term options or cheaper options, I should say. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, guys, and simulate this NBA season, and we're going to see just how good this Raptors team can do. Okay, so the Toronto Raptors, guys, got the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference with a record of 56-25. So, obviously, I do an entire season simulation. I want to see the full effect of the players healthy and everything on the team. So, we got one more game here against the Magic, simulate through date, and finish with a W on the season. Here's all the stats. We got Chris Boucher as most improved player. Wouldn't be too surprised. Actually, I would be a little surprised based off some of the other guys in the NBA and how they've been playing. But still, man, it really seemed to be working out. We got Drummond, all defensive second team. So, yeah, he has been a much more improved defensive player. But we do have the Raptors, 4th seed. The Cavaliers did not make the playoffs. They did finish 10th in the conference at 39-43. So, honestly, not really that bad of a record. Let's go to the player stats on the season. So we got Siakam at 24, 6, and 4. Drummond at 18 points, 14 rebounds. Pretty much the numbers he always puts up, right, man? But in this case, having, you know, probably the best backcourt he's ever played with in Fred VanVleet and Kyle Lowry actually is the best. That really helps out a lot too, man. Just like having those smart veteran clutch players out there to really set up the big man stuff like that. So, yeah, the team played really nice. And Stanley Johnson's not on the team anymore, so you guys got to be happy about that. Now, I know you Raptor fans love Stanley Johnson, but I guess we'll also look at the Cavs stats. Not that they really have any too big of changes outside of getting the, you know, a few draft picks or a draft pick or whatever. Actually, they gave up a draft pick in this case. But they got Norman Powell, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 80 overall player now at the age of 28. I always thought he was younger than that. I guess he has been in the NBA for quite some time. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. Toronto Raptors, Boston Celtics. They have enough to get past the Celtics here. Simulate round. And not looking good. Okay, yeah, we lose 4 games to 1, man. Which I think is a pretty good moral of the story right here, guys. It's honestly a really good moral of the story. The Raptors, I think, in general, are a pretty solid team. They've struggled at times this season. Siakam's had some issues in the clutch and stuff like that. But when it comes to getting Drummond, giving up Norman Powell or anything like that, Drummond's only going to get you so far. You know, he might have some crazy games every once in a while, but is it going to move the needle as far as being a championship team? In my opinion, man, probably not. So, yeah, if you're getting him with those attentions, you'll probably be disappointed. If you are the Brooklyn Nets who already have a super team big 3 and you want to get Drummond as like a 4th or 5th option, Okay, I kind of see that working out maybe to some extent, but that's all we got for this video, man. So yeah, hopefully by the time you watch this, maybe Drummond's been traded. You guys can let me know what the actual trade was. I'm sure you will anyway in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.